Welcome to Surviving Disruption. I'm Stacy, and I help women just like you. I am I've been a therapist for 25 years, and I am a women empowerment coach guiding high achieving women that have experienced some kind of disruption. So I help you rise above that disruption. And that disruption could have been a physical loss of someone that you love. It could be a loss of your own identity. You've been this identified role for so long. And now that you've experienced this disruption, you don't know who you are. The disruption could be, becoming an empty nester. It could be a change in jobs. It could be a divorce. Whatever that disruption has been in your life, I help you rise above it and reconnect to yourself and have those fulfilling relationships that you desire by feeling calm and in control, regulating your nervous system, and overcome overthinking. And that's what we're going to talk about today is how to overcome overthinking fast. So overcoming overthinking can, you know, there are several modules that I teach inside my Anchor Resilience. But I'm going to give you one quick step today. So stay with me and let's, look at what overthinking is first. And so if you ever find yourself caught, in this loop of, wondering if you are good enough, or you catch yourself after a disagreement with someone going, I wonder if I should have said this instead. Or maybe you find yourself going to sleep at night, but replaying the whole day all over. Those are all signs of overthinking. And a lot of times, those overthinking thoughts are for sure triggered by our own internal belief system of like, what if I fail? Or I'm alone and I don't know what to do. And our internal belief system, when we overthink this, it creates this dysregulation in our nervous system and it will intensify the emotions that we are feeling. I can remember not too long ago, I my TV broke, and I'm a widow, and so I, you know, had to replace this TV. Now, in the past, I would have overthought like, which TV do I buy? Is it going to be good enough? How am I going to get it into the house? How am I going to set it all up? Those are all things that would have kept me stuck from making a purchase quickly. And I have utilized my own techniques that it didn't take me long and I did not allow myself to get in that overwhelmed feeling. I made a decision and just did it. So overthinking can feel like our brain is like on this hamster wheel and it never stops. It makes simple decisions feel like this huge thing that we have to do, and it can drain our energy and it tricks us into believing we're stuck. I met with a client this morning and she was telling me about that she has been finding herself overthinking everything because she has this belief system that she's not good enough and that people are judging her. So underneath that belief is, fear and her overthinking every decision she makes. Like she says, I get home from work and I think, oh, should I cook in tonight? Or, oh, no, going out sounds good. She said she can't even make that decision on her own, that she ends up calling her good friend to help her make that decision. So we're working on, she's using a lot of my techniques, but one simple technique that I'm going to teach in a minute will help her slow down. But because she's in this loop that she's feeling that people are judging her, her overthinking intensifies that feeling of fear. And so the problem isn't you personally, it is your belief system and your nervous system that is stuck in this loop. You know, her fear of being judged, has her in this loop of not being able to make a simple decision about dinner because she's afraid she's going to be judged. It has her protected because of other past experiences that she's been through in regards to her own decisions. So now she's in this loop of not being able to make a decision because her nervous system believes and her brain believe that this loop will keep her protected. And so, we're doing some of the work that we're doing helps her, one, make decisions, but then feels safe in her own body and her own decisions. So, one technique that we can use is um, the one of my anchor steps that I teach inside my anchor resilience program. And it's called pause and pattern. And the first step is really just pausing. So we have to recognize that we're overthinking. But when we are faced with a decision, what I encourage you to do is pause and identify like, okay, I'm spiraling. I can't make a decision. And then we're going to use one anchor step. And that is, so we take that pause, we can breathe. So we take a deep breath, we breathe in for 4, hold it, and then breathe out for 6. And then as you're doing that, you also want to place your hand on your heart. Place your hand on your chest. And then when you take that deep breath, you know, you find yourself spiraling. So now you're going to take that deep breath, put your hand on your heart, and you're going to say to yourself, I'm safe. I can choose this next step. So why this works is that we're interrupting that spiraling and you're signaling to your nervous system that you are safe. Right now it believes that you are fearing, fear has been triggered. And so your nervous system believes that you're not safe. So by taking that breath, in for 4, hold it, and then breathing out for 6, and having that hand on their heart and telling yourself, I am safe. I can make this decision, is interrupting that spiraling. It's telling your nervous system that you're safe. And it shifts everything from reacting to consciously choosing something. So again, let's try this together. Hand on the heart, take a deep breath in. I am safe. I can make a decision. And just notice how your body softens. So this isn't necessarily about stopping the overthinking. This is not going to change your belief system that you have ingrained. That is inside my uh, Softening the Saboteur program that I am going to be doing here at the end of the month. So the link for that is going to be in the description. So if you want to look at how you're going to change your belief system, you can do that here. But this isn't, again, about changing that. This step is just reminding yourself that you do not have to spiral and that you can make a decision because you are safe. And the more you practice, the easier it gets. Um, so, you know, at first you might feel that it didn't work, but the more you practice this, this is going to be easier. And overthinking does not mean you're broken. It just is a sign that your body is asking for safety. So, if this helped, make sure that you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss the next training. And in fact, I'm going live on Friday, September. Let me double check the date. That would be the 26th. Friday, September 26th. I'm going to go live right here in Surviving Disruption. And we are going to, um, I will briefly do a little training on something, but more importantly, we are going to do some somatic therapy techniques to help calm the nervous system. And you're going to get the chance to choose from three different cards. I will give you your option of what card you want to choose from, and that card will be what you can practice this week. But then also comment if you comment overthinking if you were able to use this technique today to calm your overthinking. And also in the description is a link to my Calm and Breakthrough kit. It is a kit where I provide some journaling prompts and a meditation and an overwhelm checklist to get you thinking about some of the things that you are overthinking on. So again, make sure you hit that subscribe button and join me on Friday, the September 26th, and I'm going to be going live at 3 p.m. And I will be providing you some somatic techniques to help you calm your body. All right, see you Friday.